Hey everybody, it's Sharmel. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. So today I am back with the hair tutorial for these human hair boho braids. So yeah, y'all, let's get right into it. The sun shines on all of my glory. My flaws don't look so bad at all. What was I so afraid of? Yo, so today I am back with the hair tutorial. And as you can see, y'all, I am doing some boho braids. However, with this style, you guys, I am not using any braiding hair, any synthetic braiding hair. This is boho braids with 100% human hair added, no extras. I'm almost done. I went ahead and started my hair off camera because honestly, I was a lot girly for almost 5 years, and so my braiding skills aren't what they used to be, and I'm not gonna lie, I was struggling a little bit. In general, I feel like braiding with just human hair only is always a little harder because the hair has more slip to it. Even though I'm using like a super curly texture, the hair still has like some silkiness to it. So yeah, y'all, it could just be a challenge braiding with all human hair.
So the hair I'll be using for my install today is from ywigs. This is their double drawn Burmese multi-textured kinky curly human braiding hair. I purchased 2 bundles in 18 inches and I spent a little under $150. Per usual, I will have the hair linked down in the description box. This is how the hair looks straight out the package. I do recommend at least coat washing it prior to installing to really maximize the curl pattern. I bleached the hair, shampooed, and conditioned it prior to installing, and you'll see how the hair turned out in the next clip.
The bundles took to the bleach really well. This is the color that I ended up with. I only left the bleach on for maybe 15-20 minutes max. It still has its curl pattern. It didn't loosen the curls too much. Depending on the size of your braids will determine how much hair you're using. My braids are like a small to medium. I kind of just went with the natural density of my hair and just kind of worked around that. So I used 3 pieces of hair to construct the braid, and then I fill in boho pieces as I go. So for like a construction of the braid, I would use about this much. For a boho piece, I would split it to about this much. So again, how much hair you use is your preference, but I'm using between like this much to this much hair depending on what I'm feeding it in for, if that makes sense. So I'm using this braid formula gel, braiding gel, to smooth out my parts. I already outlined my edges how I like them, and so honestly, for the most part, I'm just doing a knotless braid, except I'm using the human hair. That's the only difference. So if you know how to do a knotless braid, if you know how to do knotless and boho, it's the same. I'm gonna start by splitting my natural hair into 3 pieces. Everyone does their knotless a little different. I tend to braid my natural hair 3 turns, and then I start feeding in the braiding hair. So I'm gonna take a piece and lay it in between these 2. Then I do 2 turns. Got that piece. Feed in another piece. 2 turns. And then I add my final piece. And again, this is pretty much for the structure of the braid. Now I'm gonna begin feeding in the boho pieces. So I'm gonna take a piece and I add, for my boho pieces, I add them upside down and then clip them out the way and feed that bottom piece into the braid. I feel like this is the easiest way to keep the hair out the way as you braid. And then I add about 2 to 3 boho pieces depending on the area. Like in my nape, I didn't add any boho pieces because I didn't want any unnecessary tangling. But in the front, I've been adding about 2 to 3 pieces per braid because I wanted it to be a little more boho. So nape, no boho, middle 2 pieces, and then towards the front we do 2 to 3 pieces. Just adding my second piece. And then you can just braid down to the end. I just make sure to braid past my natural hair. Now, depending on the length of your natural hair, that's going to determine how far you braid down. I'm gonna keep braiding close to the end, but I'm still gonna leave some of that hair loose at the bottom. And that's it. It took me 3 minutes to film this one clip. I will say, once I found my rhythm, it is a lot easier to like move through the braids, especially since I'm not adding any braiding hair. And because my hair is not that long, I don't have to braid down as far. So I will say that this style isn't taking as long as I thought it would be. And then for the ends, so typically, a lot of times when you work with human hair, you'll either have to tie a knot or seal the ends with nail glue to kind of keep it from unraveling. But I haven't done either one of those. I think because I'm working with like a kinky texture hair, it's not unraveling as much. But if you do use some hair that's more of a looser curl, you might need to tie an end or at least seal the ends with nail glue. But make sure, it's important, make sure you're past your natural hair. Do not put no glue on your hair. But yeah, y'all, that's simple. All right, y'all, so I'm all done braiding. So again, I purchased 2 bundles, and this is how much hair I have left. So depending on the length of hair you get, the size of your braids, how boho you want them, you'll definitely need at least 2 bundles. If you get longer bundles, then most likely you'll have to get 3 bundles. But yeah, y'all, 2 bundles of hair. So now I'm getting ready to spray it down with water, foam it down, do my edges and all of that. And then I'm also probably gonna diffuse it a little bit afterwards too, just so that we can get maximum definition, just to see the real true curl pattern of this hair. But this is kind of how the hair looks in more of like a teased, frizzed state, which I don't mind this too much. But yeah, I definitely want to see how it looks once it's all defined and everything. All right, you guys, so here is the final look. So clearly I have them styled in like a little updo right now, but I'm gonna take them down in a minute to show you guys how it looks when it's all down. But y'all, absolutely love this style. I love the way that this hairstyle turned out. So again, let me just give you a quick little recap. So these are human hair boho braids. When I decided to do this style, I did not want them to look like box braids, like regular box braids or regular knotless box braids with boho pieces. I really wanted this look to just look like I braided my natural hair in like some plaits or like some little mini twists, mini braids or something like that. So again, the hair is from ywigs hair. It is their Burmese kinky curly, I believe. Per usual, I will have all the information linked down below, but it is a kinky curly texture. I got it in 18 inches. I purchased 2 bundles and I used maybe about a bundle and a half, a little less than 2 bundles of hair. I also dyed the bundle, so the hair does come like in just a natural dark color. So if you have colored natural hair or you just want to add color to your install, you will have to color these bundles yourself. This video is not sponsored. I have worked with ywigs before, but ywigs is one of those companies where I really actually love their hair. I love the quality of their products, and so I don't mind purchasing from them on my own. I recommend them to people all the time. Ywigs, I feel like for boho styles, they have really good quality hair. Now, like I mentioned prior, I am a little rusty when it comes to like braiding my own hair. So like the parts, and you know, it's not a perfect install. However, I really wanted this look to be super effortless, and I feel like because my parts aren't perfect, I didn't use a lot of products when it came to like smoothing out my hair. Because of that, I just feel like it looks very natural and kind of effortless, which is the look that I was going for. Because this is all human hair, y'all, it is super lightweight. I can't even tell that I have anything extra added to my hair. It just feels very lightweight. I think this is going to be perfect just for the remainder of the summer. A real cute, effortless style. I can work out with it. I don't have to worry about trying to keep it super neat. I love the kinky curly texture because, you know, as my roots start to frizz and things like that, I feel like it'll still look good. It won't be like an odd match, which is why I went with the kinky curly hair. Again, I just wanted this install to look just super natural, and yeah, I love it, y'all. I love it, y'all. So this is how it looks when it's down. Super cute as well. It's giving just like a little curly install, but when you get close, you can still see that is braids. I love this length. The older I get, y'all, I just can't do too much hair. When the hair is just too long, it's a bit much. So I definitely love, like, whether I'm doing straight or curly, I love just like medium length hair. I think it just looks really good on me. It frames my face really well. But yeah, y'all, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on all of my social media platforms at Sharmel Lynnette, and I'll see you beautiful people in my next video. Bye.